Hi, Randy, K7AGE. I'm sitting in a hotel room in Rochester, New York. I'm at the Inn at RIT and Rochester Institute of Technology, which is where I graduated from back in 1976. God, I'm feeling old. Anyway, I'm here for a week. This is Monday, October 6, 2025. And I'm here for the Antique Wireless Association annual conference. And the theme this year is television. So I thought if I was going to go to the AWA conference once, television was the theme that was going to draw me out to Rochester. So since I spent my whole career dealing with television, working for Grass Valley Group, which was a manufacturer of television broadcast equipment. So I thought I would show you the gear that I brought with me. I'm here for a week. I flew in on Sunday, drove down to Petaluma, California, spent 2 nights there, drove down Friday. Saturday, I was going to go to the Maritime Historical Museum, the Marine radio station that was, put on the air by Marconi back, in the Titanic days. But it's located in a national park or a national reserve, something to that extent. And of course, the government is shut down, so no tour at the transmitting site in Bolinas and no tour of the receiving site in Point Reyes. So I was really bummed out about that. So anyway, I'm in Rochester now, so I thought I'd show you the gear. I'm here for a whole week. I fly home on Sunday, so I brought lots of toys with me. So this is a little Eagle Creek bag. I've had it for a number of years. This is what I had on the plane in the seat pocket in front of me, let's say. So things I needed while I was flying. So I have 2 charging cables here. One is a USB-C and the other is a Apple Lightning. Tin of Altoids, my Apple AirPods. I did have my Meshtastic node with me on the plane, but I never heard anything. I have a battery here. This is a 26,800 amp hour, 1 USB-C and 2 USB-A's. I have this little Allure Tech audio into to Bluetooth. So I thought if I watch a movie on the plane, I could plug this into the headphone jack, and then a pen and some glass cleaner. So this is my carry-on suitcase. This thing, I think, weighed about between 30 and 35 pounds. Got my hat. Of course, I carry the DJI Osmo Pocket 3 camera, which is what I'm videoing right now, but I carry it in this case, and it holds everything inside. And here's this holder for the camera to protect it, which I don't use in there. And what I've done is that I have these toilet paper tubes in here, which I can hold an extra battery. This is the tripod legs. Taped them all together, but if you can see down in there, I've cut the side of the tube and pushed it in so it holds everything, keeps them from all dropping to the very bottom. So that's worked out pretty good. Oh, what do we got next? Oh, let's look at this bag here. So this is a DDGRO, whatever that is, case. It's a zippered case, and it folds open here, and it has lots of pouches in it. And I use this to carry chargers. So I have 2 here. So this is a Anchor. They call it a Model 747. It's I think about 150 watt charger. Has 1 USB-A and 3 C's. Does power delivery and all. It's heavy too. It's got the flip open plugs on it here. Another charger here. This one isn't quite as high power as the Anchor. It just says fast charge, USB 3, but it's a power delivery with 20 watts. And then I have basically all the various charging cables, USB, and with both A's and C charging in. Here's a little USB A to C adapter. There's my watch cable. I usually keep the other two cables I had on the airplane with me in here. Here's another USB A. Then that big black battery normally just slides down into that pouch there. So that's my charging bag. This bag has a Asus travel router, RT-AX57. No, it's got USB A that you can plug in like a memory stick or maybe even a hard disk, use it as a file server that gets powered through a USB-C. It has, of course, Wi-Fi in there, and it has hardwired connections for both a WAN and a LAN. So if the hotel room had a Ethernet connection, it might. I could plug in there, otherwise you use a Wi-Fi. And also in that bag, I carry their power supply. It has USB-C on the end of it, but it's hardwired in. Yeah, it used to be when I was younger, I knew what every wall wart was for. Not anymore. A USB-C to C charging cable usually carries in my charging bag. And here's, the brand new Ethernet cable. So here's another big battery. Yeah, this is an Anker Prime 27,650 milliamp battery. It says 250 watts. A USB A and two C's. You can charge this and supply power at the same time. And it has Bluetooth on it, so if I double click this, it turns the Bluetooth on, and I can connect to this over my phone and see the status of it. And the company I used to work for, Envision, had these Snuggie things, but I like them to carry my HTs in. There's no metal, so nothing gets scratched up, so I pull the antenna off. And in here I have my ID51 HT. I have a second HT bag, and in here I have my Uniden SDS100 scanner, so I can load in the local zip code and hear what's happening around here. This bag here is a complete SDR kit. So this is everything when you buy one of those RTL SDR packages, the antenna and the tripod and the cable and all that junk is all in here. So this is a version 4. So I want to play with this along with Angel SDR. I don't think I played with that software. Here's another bag just full of who knows what. Let's see, this is the miscellaneous bag. So in this pouch, test lead with a banana plug and an alligator clip. We'll come to that. We'll come back to that. Okay, what do we got here? This is the ID51 charger. This is my RT Systems ID51 programming cable. This is a Radio Shack amplified speaker with cable. We'll get back to that too. Spare battery for the SDS100 scanner. And something I try and do to all my batteries is put the date on it when I purchased it, so I know how old these things are. This is the Uniden charger, Swiss Army knife, and a little baby Sharpie. That's all in that bag. This is the charger for the Uniden. The battery sits in there. Harbor Freight flashlight, another tin of Altoids, spool of hookup wire. We'll come back to that. A long antenna for the ID51. So at the Antique Wireless Association conference this week, Saturday they have an auction and they have a flea market on Friday. So I bought a couple things. If I don't unload them, I will donate them to the museum. This is a Sanyo AM, FM, and TV that I bought on one of my business trips to Japan back in, I think, the 80s. I'll have to check on this because, and it still works. I turn it on here. See, of course, there's no more analog TV. I couldn't find a watch battery to go in this thing before I left. But when I returned from Japan, I had driven from Grass Valley down to San Francisco Airport. And so I was driving through the ticket booth, paying my parking, and the attendant said that President Reagan had been shot. So I'll check on the date, and this is one of the items. Okay, I have a sock here, Let me pull it out. So this is a Jennings radio vacuum variable capacitor. It says CS100, so I imagine it's 100 picofarad. And this is something I've had for, I'm going to guess, at least 30 years ago. So I brought that here to see if I can get something in the auction for that. Okay, got something in bubble wrap here. So this is my Heathkit CR-1 crystal radio. Heathkit introduced this in 1958, and this was a Christmas present. So I was probably 6 or 7 years old when I got this. My dad was a ham, so he built this for me. And I spent many hours when I lived here in Rochester, where I grew up, listening to various AM radio stations. And I brought this with me. I pull it out every 10 years or so and play with it, but I figured it's time to move it along and maybe somebody else can enjoy it. So these go for big bucks on eBay. And it's got a Bakelite case. I don't know if you can see it there, but every one I've seen with a picture always has a chipped corner. So I tried using this before I left home, but there's no AM radio near where I live. So out here in Henrietta, south of Rochester, there are several AM radio stations, including WHAM on 1080 or 1180, I forget what it is, a 50,000 watt station. So I brought that spool of red wire so I can string up an antenna. I got that black test lead. I can connect it here to maybe the window frame for a ground, and that amplified speaker so I can hear what's going on. I don't have a set of headphones for it. I cleaned it up. You know, it's got wear and tear, but this is a classic. They sold a lot of these. So my Heathkit CR1. So what's left in here is, this bag has my laptop, power wart, and mouse in there. This is my laptop. That's my nerd bag. So over my stay here, I'll fire all these bits and pieces up, and of course I will video what I can do with them in my spare time here in the room. Again, this is Monday. I'm going to spend all afternoon visiting family members here. Tomorrow, Tuesday, Mike was N2MAK, I believe it is. He's on Twitter. He invited me to go out and do some POTA with him tomorrow, but the weather doesn't look good. It looks like it may be a rainy day, so I'm not sure what's happening on Tuesday. The conference kind of starts on Wednesday here. It runs through Saturday, and Wednesday night we go out to the museum to tour that, which I have several videos. You can go and do search on my channel and see some of those. Monday and Tuesday here, they're doing a class on superhet receivers, so I'm going to run down and get some footage, fill some memory bits up with some of what they have set up. It's, I think, quite impressive down there. I went down to the lobby and got coffee this morning and saw what they were doing. So that's all for now. This will be continued. Randy, K7AGE.